The Compass Program, fostering low-income and first-generation student success within the first year. Defined as having a family income of less than $25,000 and parents who have not yet earned a bachelor's degree, low-income first-generation students account for nearly 24% of the total undergraduate population enrolled across all post-secondary institution types. Compared with their peers, these students are nearly 4 times as likely to leave college in their first year. And in looking at specific academic programs, health majors experience an overall gap of 51% in terms of baccalaureate degree attainment between low-income first-generation students and their peers. Simply put, it cannot be overstated how important the transition into college in the first year is for first-generation and low-income students. The following RAM Foundation grant proposal will outline the Compass program, which is a summer bridge boot camp and first-year seminar for low-income first-generation students entering health majors at Colorado State University. Based on research and recommended high-impact practices, the Compass program is designed to successfully orient these students to the university experience, support their first year after matriculation, and establish a foundation for entry into the respective health profession. According to the information obtained from Colorado State's Institutional Research Office, the students who were both low-income and first-generation and who were also interested in health majors listed included 161 students who would have qualified for the Compass program in the fall of 2015. Our recommendation is that there is one student from each of the 10 programs listed on the slide who will participate in the Compass program at its inception. Our hope is that this program's resources will continue to increase in order to allow a greater number of students to participate in the coming years. The mission of the Compass program. This program is designed to offer low-income first-generation college students valuable resources and opportunities for academic, professional, and personal growth. The program will strive to create a community where low-income first-generation students thrive during their tenure at Colorado State University. Through various events and access to resources, student success will be fostered in transition, networking, community building, and academic discourse. When we say transition, this is what we mean. We believe an essential component of the academic success is a formative transition into higher education. This program will provide an intensive experience for low-income first-generation students interested in health professions. Networking and community building. We believe that the importance of mentoring relationships and their power to facilitate academic success as well as personal and professional growth. Introduction into campus facilities, resources, and community stakeholders will help to settle students into campus life and provide access to individuals in the health profession. Academic discourse. We believe that it is important to prepare our students to participate in the academic discussions that surround them. This program will provide students with exposure to health professionals and competencies in curriculum, as well as mentoring opportunities with faculty and staff. The purpose of the Compass program. The Compass program will serve to retain 80% low-income first-generation students from their first to their second year. Our program will have 2 main components. The first component is a 1-day, 1-night boot camp, which includes an early move-in to an exclusive Compass Hall residence floor. This establishes a living and learning community and will further add to the support of low-income first-generation students. Boot camp will also introduce students to the Compass program and will be the first time students are assigned peer mentors. The second component is a first-year program targeting service learning partnerships with the UC Health community, introduction to undergraduate research opportunities, connection to campus employment, and supplemental learning such as tutoring, which will all focus to strengthen the connection to campus. Students in the Compass program will be awarded an amount based on their unmet need after all discounts, grants, loans, and FAFSA are accounted for. According to 2015 AAC&U article, students in the bottom quartile of income have an average unmet need of $8,221. Comparatively, students in the highest quartile have an average surplus of $13,950. This amounts to a $22,171 differential between lowest and highest income quartiles. The proposed 3-year budget is based on a $100,000 RAM Foundation award, including funding funding from the UC Health Partnership, and Student Work Study Awards. Using the average unmet need for the lowest quartile income, or 8221 per student, the total financial need for academic year for the Compass cohort of 10 students is $82,210. Additional expenses will include staff and operational expenses such as travel, marketing, and supplies, bringing the total annual expenses to approximately $93,000. After the 3-year grant program is ended, the Compass program will be perpetuated through a performance funding model. Essentially, this means that overall grant objective is met, where 80% of the students in the program are retained from the first to the second year. UC Health will continue their sponsorship and agree to fund a $33,000 annual deficit that will result from expiration of grant funds. Our program focus areas arose from the need to implement the most up-to-date and most effective learning outcomes available. By implementing a new program covering so many areas for student needs, we wanted to focus on the most important areas for first-time, low-income, and first-generation students. Program focus areas and outcome statements are all connected to a CAS domain, a Pell recommended best practice for this specific student population, and the health professionals' competencies applicable to the student's chosen field. Promoting entry into the workforce. One of the goals of the Compass program is to provide low-income first-generation students an opportunity to begin preparation for entering the health profession. To achieve this objective, Compass students will establish their professional ethical values, identify and demonstrate core competencies in the profession, and develop a personal connection with the health professional. These outcomes will be made possible through a partnership established with the UC Health System of Northern Colorado. Financial aid. The stress of paying for higher education is heightened for this population. By developing strategies to create individual budgets, students establish healthy money habits for spending and saving, combined with job opportunities like work-study programs. Academic success. The Compass program aims to improve equality or equity around academic success by providing the opportunity for students to learn what is expected of them academically and implement strategies to meet these expectations. Compass program outcomes focus on time management habits, space studying, allowing for maximum information retention, and an overarching confidence with academic self-advocacy, as measured by both direct and indirect metrics. Engagement. As a way to promote and encourage participation and engagement for our students, the Compass program will place requirements on its participants to ensure they make use of and benefit from the available services through Compass and campus-wide. Students will be required to demonstrate their commitment to the program through an informational interview where they will sign a contract in which they agree to meet certain requirements in order to remain in the program. The ease of transition into college. The transition into college can be a challenging one, specifically if you are a low-income or first-generation background. The Compass program will allow first-generation low-income students to access and become more acquainted with the resources available to them within the campus community. During the orientation boot camp, first-generation low-income students will meet with offices on campus designed to provide supports for students. They will also be given a tour of the campus and we will be provided with contact information for student support services on campus they may need in order to be academically and socially successful at Colorado State. Data from all assessment measures will be used to identify areas where students succeed in meeting outcomes and areas where students do not meet outcomes. Areas that lack strong student performance will inform future programming improvements from semester to semester. Effective bridge programs include the following components, and these components directly address some of the most common barriers to persistence and success. Part of the strength of the Compass program is that we were able to leverage existing skills and expertise of individuals and units across the campus to support our students. Partners include financial services, orientation programs, academic tutoring services, academic advising, residence life, academic departments, and student employment services. A strong supportive residential community will lessen the sense of exclusivity that low-income first-generation students often experience when entering CSU. Establishing meaningful relationships focused heavily on academics provides support in addressing these kinds of barriers. An intrusive approach to advising clarifies expectations for academic success and holds students accountable for developing the behaviors that will help them be most successful. The emphasis on academics supports students' sense of connection and meaning to the campus. Key employment partnerships are a cornerstone of the campus experience and an important component of the sustainability of the program. Employment serves to meet an experiential learning, professional networking, sense of connection, and relevance within the field of study, as well as meeting financial needs for aspiring professionals. Through creating direct and specific connections to partner programs and services, we will cultivate a more welcoming community for campus students. We believe this program formula can be replicated and implemented across institution type and program department. Establishing meaningful connections and reducing alienation between local health professionals, faculty, and low-income first-generation students could be highlighted in university-wide dean meetings and department meetings. These connections could lead to more internships opportunities for students, which, in the long term, would open up the door for more career opportunities upon graduation. Establishing strong employment and financial development partnerships with local health professionals will provide increased resources campus-wide for students, faculty, and staff. Welcoming community and establish a welcoming community for campus students. In a recent survey conducted by the Chronicle of Higher Education for college presidents and student affairs leaders, the mental health of students was ranked as the #1 concern for colleges and universities. We recognize that a student who feels strong and healthy mentally is more apt to achieve academic success within the classroom. Moreover, we believe that the campus program fosters a sense of meaning, place, and belonging, which supports participants' mental health by addressing needs for community connection and purpose. The campus program in summation. It ignites a community of faculty, staff, and students while simultaneously creating a sense of belonging for commonly excluded student groups. It establishes individual engagement and access to support student services within the collegiate community. It operationalizes high-impact practices proven effective in low-income and first-generation student populations, and is developed using CAS learning domains. It unites campus resources including housing and residence life, academic advising, student employment, and curriculum in order to establish a holistic learning and growing experience. It creates a sustainable and meaningful program which enables Colorado State to retain, engage, and graduate first-generation and low-income students after a successful freshman year. The campus program's boot camp orientation, day-long program, overnight stay, its learning community within housing and residence life, and its first-year seminar will not only meet researched high-impact practices proven to access first-generation low-income students, but it will provide them with a sense of belonging and support as they establish themselves within the Colorado State community. The campus program is created to engage, retain, and graduate first-income and low-income students specifically. Both are sections of the student body known to underperform their non-first generation and non-low-income peers. We believe that this program will be successful in its mission, and we believe that this program will fill the current gap which exists within the social, financial, academic, and community needs of low-income first-generation undergraduate students at Colorado State.